Hello everyone, it's Boo from Adobe TV. How are you? In this video, I will give you guys a tour to our houseplants and share some of the great and not so great experiences in raising them. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so over here we have a Pedalanthus dithymeloides, or what they call the devil's backbone. When we got this guy, it was infested with spider mites that we had to remove half of its leaves. And then 2 weeks ago, when we left out of town, left this inside the house, and then when we got back, we were surprised to see mildew all over it, that we also had to remove another batch of its leaves and then spray some neem oil on it. And luckily, here she is right now, still looking pretty okay. Alright, over here we have a Sansevieria trifasciata futura superba. What I like about Sansevierias is that they thrive in low light conditions. This guy over here managed to grow 2 new pups. That's one. And then there's another one over here, as you can see. And then this guy is located about 20 to 30 feet away from the window, but still managed to grow really healthy. Just like this guy over here, which is a combination of 2 types of Sansevierias. The one with horizontal lines is a Sansevieria zelanica, and this guy with vertical lines is Bantu sensation. The other thing that I like about Sansevierias is that they don't require constant watering. You just water them when the topsoil is dry. And over here we have another Sansevieria. We've placed this guy right beside this cabinet, which is about 15 feet away from the window. It gets dark over here, especially when we turn off this light. Oh, and by the way, I'm not sure what type of Sansevieria this is. If it's Bacularis or Robusta, to those who know, please comment down below. I would really appreciate it if you can. And right over here we have a Zamioculcas zamiifolia, or ZZ plant. This guy has a new pup, as you can see. What I like about ZZ plant is that they're very tolerant with low light and doesn't require too much watering. You only water them when the topsoil is dry, just like Sansevierias. Then down here we have another Sansevieria. This guy is a Dwarf Florenti. And then at the back we have another Sansevieria zelanica. Right, now let's move down here to our Spathiphylums. This guy over here, we got this from one of our neighbors who is selling plants. And then this guy over here was an uprooted batch when we got it. Like when we potted it, they all went really droopy because they went through what they call transplant shock. Right now some of its leaves are showing signs of overwatering. We're working on that, but some are looking pretty healthy right now. And here we have a philodendron birkin. What I love about birkins is their white line variegation that you only get to see when they mature. This one leaf over here is still very young. As you can see, there's not much line variegation showing. And over here we have an Alocasia frydek. This one has a really weird growth pattern. It used to have 4 leaves. The first one withered away when the 4th one came out, as you can see in the clip. Same thing happened with this guy over here. This is an Alocasia black velvet. Its first leaf started dying when this fourth leaf started unfurling. We don't know if it's an Alocasia thing or it's just us. This one is an Aglaonema red lipstick. This lady is actually a gift from a good friend of ours, and this has been with us for the past 2 months now. The nice thing about Aglaonema is that it's one of the easiest of all houseplants to grow because it can go a few weeks without water. Like if you're somebody who's too busy or always away from home, Aglaonema is the best plant for you. And this pretty one is a Scindapsus or satin Pothos, another easy plant. We water this every 1 to 2 weeks. Alright, and down here we have an Epipen Pinatum. Here in the Philippines, it is known in Tagalog as Tibatib. This one that we have, when we got this guy, we thought it's not going to survive because it was all droopy. But eventually it lived. As you can see, she's looking very pretty right now. We tried moving it away from the window for some time, but then we noticed that its new leaves didn't show fenestrations. Here, let me show you. This one, as you can see, doesn't have fenestrations. Another one down here, and then there's another one over here. So because of that, we thought of moving it back closer to the window, and here it is. Its fenestration started showing again. Okay, now let's move down here to our Calathea Magna. I love its unique variegation on its leaves. As you can see, it looks so gorgeous. Calatheas tend to fold up their leaves at night, which I think the reason why they're called prayer plant. When I did my research, when that happens, it's able to actually conserve moisture. Alright, and over here we have a Dwarf Gladium, which is also very pretty. And over here is another Calathea. This one is a pinstripe with beautiful pink line variegation going on its leaves, as you can see. Okay, and here we have a Rotundum Tiger Aglaonema. This guy used to be placed outside the house, but we decided to move it indoors, especially when we noticed that its leaves started dying out. But look at her now. Isn't she stunning? And right next to it is our Dieffenbachia or dumb cane plant. It has a very attractive foliage, as you can see. Dumb cane plants have poison that can temporarily cause inability to speak. So when having this plant, make sure that you properly handle it. Alright, and this cute little one is a peace lily pup, which we got from one of our peace lilies. Oh wait, there's an intruder. Let me remove that. Okay, there you go, little one. And looks like it's dry right now. Let me try to touch its soil. Yeah, it's dry. Let me just go ahead and water it. There you go, little one. Alright, now let me just move you back closer to the window. There you go, to get enough light and for you to grow pretty like your mama. And yes, we have another Sansevieria over here, a dwarf one. I think this is a rare type. I tried looking for it online as to what type of Sansevieria this is. I just couldn't find it. So guys, you know the drill. Go ahead and comment down below if you know what type or what species this one is. Okay, so we have this plant over here. We got this like I think a month ago. It only had a few leaves. The seller said this is a Cebu blue, which I'm not really sure that it is. I don't know. I'm confused. So if you guys think this is a Cebu blue, please go ahead and let me know in the comments section. If this isn't a Cebu blue, we'll probably have to give it away. No, just kidding. Alright, here at the back we have our beautiful marble green Postus, which have been growing really well and healthy. Now, if you're new to plants, I highly recommend that you do Pothos. Now, Postus like to have its soil dry out between waterings and can definitely tolerate erratic watering care. Now, this one over here is a new stem. We actually had to cut off this part here because of some weird thing going on with its new leaves. I will show you in a bit. Here's that cutting over here mixed with some golden pothos. Alright, now here's the issue that I was talking about. We're still waiting for the new leaves to come out. We'll give you guys an update on that real soon. Now these golden pothos were really in good shape when we got them, so we had to even water propagate a couple of them. Here they are right now. They've been in this water for I think 2 weeks now. They're already starting to show roots. Once these roots become stable, we're actually gonna put it into soil, and we're also gonna give you updates on that. Here we have another vining plant. This one is a philodendron Mykins. This guy doesn't like to be overwatered. It prefers wet but not soggy soil. And this one at the back is a philodendron Brazil. When we got this guy like 3 weeks ago, it only had 5 leaves, but now as you can see that it doubled. If you're a beginner, I recommend that you also go for philodendrons because philodendrons are fast growing, easy vining plants. And then this guy in particular here, it has heart-shaped leaves which are dark green with yellow variegation at the center, which makes it really stands out. Here we have our Monstera Adan Sonai, a fast-growing plant, I should say. We had this since July this year, and back then it only had 2 leaves, and now there's like 6 more leaves. And we miss this guy every now and then we only water it when the soil is dry. We're actually planning of propagating it once this aerial root becomes stable. We are going to try and see if we can get a video out of that, so stay tuned. This one is our first Pothos. This is a golden Pothos, and like the Adan Sonai, this has been with us since July. It was less than a foot when it came, and now it's like trailing about 2 feet from its pot. We never had any issues with this plant, and it's actually one of my favorites here. And right next to the golden pothos is a Pelia depressa, or baby tears. This curl is a sucker for water. Like, we have to water it every other day, and we have to constantly mist it. Alright, over here we have an Enjoy Pothos. Unlike our other Pothos, this baby is growing really slow. We're not sure why, but we are trying to figure out and perhaps experiment how can we get this to grow fast. And then here we have another Pothos. This one is a Manjula Pothos. It has gorgeous variegation with shades of silver, white, and light green. Each leaf is unique. Some will have large patches of green, some will have white and green, and some will have no variegations at all, as you can see. Alright, and this guy over here is a Peperonia scandens variegata. What I've learned about this plant is to never let the potting mix to become waterlogged, or else it will lead to root rot. Here we have a mini, if not a tiny nursery for our baby suckies. So far they're doing well, as you can see. Just enough light, enough moisture. They're definitely loving it. And that one over there is a full-grown one, as you can see. And over here is a mini jade, or Jade plant. This girl almost died. Our mistake was we immediately repotted it, and in the next morning we were shocked to see that all of its leaves became wrinkly. So what we did then was we put it back to its original soil. We let it dry out, and then we watered it with rainwater, and here she is now. Okay, Fittonia albi Venice. I should say this isn't one of our favorites. As you can see, its leaves are curling. We did all the research, but we just couldn't find the answers to why it is looking like this right now. So if you guys have the answer or have the same experience, go ahead and share it in the comment section below. I would really love to hear your thoughts about this plant. Over here we have 3 types of cacti. I'm sorry if I can't identify each of them for you. We are using CNS for potting mix, and so far they are loving it. Okay, I have one more cactus. This guy over here is living the life. Very alive, has cute little pups, as you can see. It's also in CNS potting mix. So now we are down to our last plant in our tour. These guys are Tillandsias or air plants. Very easy to care. In our case, we just soak them in water for about 5 to 10 minutes once every 7 days. This one is cotton candy, and then the smaller one is Tillandsia ionatha. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that's it, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you guys won't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.